Good morning. I'd like to do a quick little video today on the projects directories inside of the Parlay GitHub repository. And the one way you can find these is if you look inside of the model zoo documentation, which is https://parl.ai/docs/zoo.html. And this is a website that you probably should have bookmarked somewhere, the Parlay docs. Uh, Within here, you'll see that there are various models. I don't know, maybe 30 or so different models. And each one of these has a related projects link. And if you click on that, it will take you into the GitHub repository, into the projects directory, and show you the README for that particular project. And so from here, you can find the, what is this? This is the archive, the paper for Wizard of Wikipedia is out there. So you can always find the research paper in archive.org for that particular project. It will give you the abstract, tell you about the data sets, etc., some performance statistics, and then we'll show you how to run various things. So here's how to evaluate the model. Up here is how to train it. So if you want to train your own Wizard of Wikipedia, you can do that. You can go in and get the data. You can modify the data ahead of time, or you can add to it. Just do it in the same format. So when you display the data, it'll show you the format, and then you can use that same format with your own data. And we saw in a prior video how to make sure that you get tabs rather than spaces for the data, which is important. So these are the various things you can do. There's a set of models that is associated with the Wizard of Wikipedia. And this talks about the various models and how to evaluate them and how to interact with them and so on. And so what I've done here is I'm interacting with the Wizard of Wikipedia model. Let me see if I can bring that up. Here it is. And some of this is pretty good. I could show you back here, by the way, that when I went into this, just run up here. Here's the command I used, models, Wizard Wikipedia end-to-end generator model -t, or the task is Wizard of Wikipedia. It comes in here, it loads up, and it sets all these hyperparameters, and then asks me to choose a topic, and I chose the no topic here. And then within here, I asked some questions. Actually, this first time I chose anxiety. Here I chose no topic. And so I asked, who was Albert Einstein? One of the questions I've been asking all the different models. And this gave me the correct date of birth. I assume that's the right date of death, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up. But it gives a good answer. He's a German-born theoretical physicist who developed the theory of relativity, one of the pillars of modern physics, alongside quantum mechanics. That's a good answer. And then it gives this thing down here. I was a genius who was a genius. He was a German engineer, and he was a genius. I have no idea what that is. So it's almost, I guess it's giving two answers here. I don't know. This may be a database lookup, and this may be generated or something of that sort. The paper on archive should give some more information about that. Also, I haven't read this full uh, README file. I should have done that, but that's something we can all do. Uh, and then who wrote the theory of evolution? And then this comes up with Jean-Baptiste Lamarck, whom I did not know. And it turns out that before he predates Darwin, and he wrote a big chunk of the theory of evolution. And looking at his Wikipedia article, I found that there were natural philosophers who actually had quite a lot to do with Darwin's coming up with the theory of evolution. So there was a lot of philosophy that predated even this guy, Jean-Baptiste Lamarck. So if I were having a conversation with someone who told me that, that would be an interesting person, someone whom I'd enjoy speaking to on a regular basis. Uh, and then I asked, what is potash? And it came back with this Montague Marsden Glass. He wrote short stories and plays. Maybe he wrote a play or film or something called Potash. I don't know. Not film because he's well, I guess 1934 he could have been writing films. Uh, but in any case, it seemed a little bit off, and I didn't bother to look up to see if he wrote anything called Potash. And once again, we get this: he was a genius, and he was a genius in many fields. I don't understand what that is. Uh, but my point is that the important takeaway here is to go into the project repository and get more information. Uh, because if you just look at the model zoo, the model zoo does not tell you how to do a lot of things. It'll tell you here, for example, the Wizard of Wikipedia model tells you how to display the data, but does it tell you how to? It doesn't tell you how to interact with it. Uh, Not for this Wizard of Wikipedia task. You can come down here further, and it will show you how to interact with the interactive retrieval Wizard of Wikipedia. And this is very different. This will give you different answers. So it's worth knowing that when you find a model that you're interested in, the thing to do next is to go to the related project and learn about it, and then run it from there. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show you, and I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you learned something.